Welcome to today's journey, where we look beyond numbers, bank accounts, and dollar signs. This isn't just about money as currency. It's about the invisible ways it shapes our thoughts, our choices, and even our relationships. We're going to explore why money can feel so powerful, why it can bring both freedom and stress, and most importantly, how understanding the psychology behind money can help us live with more clarity, balance, and meaning. So get comfortable, open your mind, and let's dive into the fascinating connection between money and psychology. Let's begin with a question, one that might feel uncomfortable, yet is worth exploring. Does money really make us happy? Imagine this. You finally earn the salary you've dreamed of for years. You buy the car you've always wanted. Maybe even move into a house that feels like a reward for all your effort. For weeks, life feels amazing. The world seems full of possibility, but slowly, that thrill fades. The car becomes just another car. The house just another house. The paycheck something routine, almost unnoticed. Researchers Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton found that beyond about $75,000 a year, more income doesn't significantly increase happiness. Of course, money matters. It eases stress, gives freedom, provides security, but it doesn't automatically create joy. Take a moment. Think about the last time you spent money and felt a spark of happiness. How long did that feeling last? Did it fade sooner than you expected? This is the hedonic treadmill, the phenomenon of quickly adapting to gains, always craving more, yet rarely feeling permanently satisfied. And that leads to a bigger question, one we'll explore together today. If money doesn't guarantee happiness, why does it control so much of our behavior? Why does it shape our decisions, our relationships, and even how we see ourselves? Now let's take a closer look at how money really works in our lives. Before we dive into studies and stories, let's reflect on money in a broader sense. Beyond bills, coins, and numbers on a screen, money is a story, a language, a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and desires. From childhood, many of us absorb lessons about money without realizing it. Watching parents argue over bills, celebrate small windfalls, or hide the truth about financial struggles. Some of us learn that saving is the only safe choice. Others that spending freely is a reward for hard work. Think for a moment, what messages did you absorb about money as a child? How did those messages make you feel? Did you associate money with safety, stress, love, or status? Psychologists call these underlying beliefs money scripts, patterns that guide how we spend, save, and think about wealth, often operating outside our awareness. Some of us carry the scripts. I'll never have enough. Others, money is evil, or money equals freedom. Recognizing these scripts is the first step toward understanding our financial lives. Now let's explore some of the common myths we carry about money. Let's challenge some of the myths we unconsciously believe. The first is, money equals happiness. The research tells a more nuanced story. Happiness comes less from the quantity of money, and more from how we use it, from the meaning behind spending and saving. Money can relieve stress, but it doesn't automatically generate fulfillment. Another common myth is that financial struggles reflect personal failure. People often assume debt or overspending is a moral weakness. But in truth, emotions drive money decisions. Spending can act as self-soothing. Saving excessively can be a way to cope with fear. Neither is purely rational, yet both are deeply human. A third misconception is that we make decisions rationally. Research shows the opposite. Our choices are influenced by unconscious biases, social comparisons, and emotional responses. Understanding these forces can help us regain control. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you made a money decision that felt irrational in hindsight? What emotions were driving that choice? Now let's dive into the psychology behind the choices we make with money. Now let's explore the forces at play in our minds. Loss aversion shows that we feel losses about twice as strongly as gains. This explains why a single unexpected expense can dominate our mood, why we cling to bad investments, and why fear of loss often outweighs rational calculation. Social comparison makes us evaluate wealth relative to others. Someone making $80,000 may feel rich in one town, but poor in a neighborhood where everyone earns more. Satisfaction is relative, not absolute. Reduced cognitive bandwidth. Their focus narrows on immediate survival, often at the expense of long-term planning. Symbolic meanings make money more than numbers. For some, it represents freedom, the power to choose. For others, love, status, or security. Each person's relationship with money tells a story about their values and fears. Let's pause, reflect. What symbolic meaning does money hold for you? Is it freedom, safety, love, or something else? Now let's pause and reflect on your own relationship with money. Think of a recent purchase, maybe a small indulgence, a coffee, a gadget, a piece of clothing, or a bigger investment. How did it make you feel afterward? Did it bring lasting satisfaction or fade quickly? Now, consider a time when you invested in an experience. A trip, a dinner with friends, a shared moment. How did that feel in comparison? The answer can tell us a lot about how meaning trumps material accumulation. Now let's look at some real-life stories that show how money affects our lives. Let's look at some real-life illustrations. Lottery winners provide one striking example. Initially ecstatic, studies show most return to baseline happiness within a year. Some even report more stress. Conflict with friends and family, fear of losing it all, and the burden of sudden wealth can overshadow joy. Contrast that with people who spend modest amounts on experiences. Concerts, trips, dinners with friends consistently report greater and more lasting satisfaction. Why? Experiences create memories. Memories become part of identity. Unlike material possessions which depreciate and lose novelty, historical examples show similar patterns. During the Great Depression, families who had very little often reported stronger connections, sharing what little they had created meaning beyond monetary wealth. Compare that with modern affluent families, wealthier, yet often isolated, and less connected. Even cultural differences highlight this. In some cultures, money is collective, used to support family, community, and social bonds. In others, it's individual, a mark of independence and achievement. How we perceive and use money is shaped by culture and context. Now let's connect the dots and see the bigger picture of money in our lives. Notice a pattern? Money doesn't just buy things. It amplifies what already exists in our lives. It magnifies our fears, our values, our relationships. Spending can either deepen disconnection or build meaningful connection. Saving can either create security or foster anxiety. The key is awareness and intention. Take a moment. Reflect on your own financial habits. Which of your choices amplify joy, and which amplify stress? Are there patterns you've been repeating without noticing? Now let's wrap things up with the key lessons and practical guidance you can use. So what can we take from all of this? 1. Money is as psychological as it is practical. Understanding your own beliefs, scripts, and biases is critical. 2. Happiness doesn't increase endlessly with income. Beyond a certain point, more stuff doesn't equal more joy. 3. Experiences, relationships, and meaningful spending have a greater impact on long-term satisfaction than material possessions. So the next time you make a financial decision, pause and ask yourself, am I spending to impress or to connect? Am I saving from fear or from wisdom? Am I chasing numbers or building a life? Remember, money is a tool, not a destination. A mirror, not the music. A way to amplify the life you already have, not to create it from scratch. Take another moment, breathe, and reflect. What one small change could you make today to use money more intentionally? Could you invest in a memory, a connection, or a moment of meaning? Because when used consciously, money becomes more than currency. It becomes freedom, clarity, and the ability to live the life you truly desire. Keep this in mind. And now, as we come to the end of this journey, remember this: money is a tool, not a measure of your worth. It's a way to amplify what already matters in your life. You have the power to choose how you use it, to invest in moments, in connections, in experiences that truly shape your happiness. So step forward with intention. Make choices that reflect your values, and let your financial decisions be a reflection of the life you want to create. Because the most meaningful wealth isn't in your bank account. It's in the joy you give, the love you share, and the freedom you claim for yourself. Take this moment and go create a life that feels rich in every sense. Carry the scripts.
If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more motivational insights. Which lesson resonated with you the most? You can follow us on different social media platforms. Thank you for listening Audiobooks Guides. Take care, because you're the most valuable person to someone. Have a lovely time.